This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening. I'm Sabrina Brown. Thank you for joining us. The Royal Bahamas Police Force Anti-Crime Initiative in East Grand Bahama getting a big boost today as operators of a private resort property made a significant donation to law enforcement. Joan Davis-Roll was there.
Go ahead, nobody.
The commissioning of the new vessel is described as a significant contribution to the anti-crime arsenal of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. The boat, with an estimated value of $120,000, was donated by owners of Deepwater Key Resort. During a ceremony held at the McLeanstown dock, attorney for Deepwater Key, Brentford Christie, says Thursday's presentation was born out of the developer's passion to better serve the needs of the East End communities.
Minister Dalvo said, it would be wonderful if we had a vessel that could patrol those shallow waters around Deepwater Key and the McLeanstown community. And he said to me, it would be nice if you could find a way to help with this. And of course, the person who came to my mind was my dear friend Paul Valdak. And I was aware of his tremendous love for Deepwater Key, for this community here, and his passion for the protection of the environment.
Co-owner of Deepwater Key, Paul Valdak, says policing the pristine and tranquil waters of East Grand Bahama is paramount and is Deepwater Key's way of giving back.
I hope this boat dedication will give the Bahamian government in the townships of East End, whether it's Sweetings Key, McLeanstown, High Rock, in this area, the ability to patrol and protect and make neighborhoods even more safe. These marine parks announced for the Bahamas, I think, will put Bahamas in the class in the work done in Belize, even in Cuba and others in the Caribbean, to protect landscapes and marine environments for future generations.
The Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Dr. Michael Davo, speaking on behalf of the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Bernard Nottage, says the acquisition of this new boat speaks volumes about Deepwater Key's commitment to the east end of Grand Bahama and the police crime-fighting efforts.
Earlier this year, the principals of Deepwater Key Holding Limited and homeowners pledged to partner with the Royal Bahamas Police Force to provide a state-of-the-art police boat that will be used to conduct patrols in shallow waters around McLeanstown, Sweetings Key, Deepwater Key, and the surrounding areas. This ceremony today demonstrates the fulfillment of this commitment because sometimes we are in areas where individuals are not good corporate partners. This is a clear indication of a group of investors who want to give back to a community so that we all can live in peace and we can protect our environment.
Officials say that this new vessel will go a long way in policing the waters in the East End area and the surrounding settlements. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Joan Davis-Roll.
Police have confirmed that the 3 Grand Bahama men wanted for questioning in connection with a recent murder are now in custody. Police issued an all-points bulletin for the arrest of Dwight Jones, Garth Ewing Jr., and Jamie Jermaine Jones late yesterday. Reports say 2 of the suspects were arrested and the other surrendered to police this morning. Leaders of a local church are speaking out against that double murder in Holmes Rock on Sunday, and they are calling for unity in the fight against the scourge of crime in the country.
The Agape House family is saddened by the senseless, calculated murder of Barry and Sheena Johnson.
Senior pastor at Agape House, Apostle Anthony Grant, became emotional while addressing the state of crime in the country. He says the nation is in a crisis and nothing will change until we join forces in the war on crime.
It requires, 1, the church to pray, looking to God to expose and convict the hearts and minds of those committing these hideous crimes. 2, every citizen must report what they know about criminal activity, even when the perpetrators live in our homes. And number 3, the government must create and pass laws that will be equal to and capable of addressing a crisis situation.
Apostle Grant says he believes the church can do more to rid the country of this murderous spirit.
Sometimes the church has abdicated their responsibility to the government or to the police or to some other entity, but the Bible didn't say if the police would pray or go to church, or if the politician would pray or go to church, but he says if my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves, then healing will take place.
Pastor Ann Grant and Elder Gayleen Pinder agree that it will take a divine intervention to heal this land.
The mandate for the church is to continually pray. We should always be in a prayer mode. We shouldn't wait for a crisis to arise for us to bend our knees in prayer.
I am appealing to the Christians in our nation to make it your business to spend at least 5 minutes of your prayer time each day praying for our country, praying for our nation, praying for the scourge of crime in this country.
A Grand Bahama-based educator turned union officer says a departure from traditional Bahamian values is to blame for the current state of crime in the country. He believes the church must do more to set the appropriate moral tune for the nation. Italia Hall has that story.
Area Vice President for the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Quintin Lorota, says crime is reaching crisis proportions in the country, and what was once horrific and unimaginable is now becoming an everyday occurrence. He said Bahamians once held a set of values with manners, respect for life and property, and most importantly, respect for God. But the union leader says these traditional values no longer exist, and the country is paying the price.
Bahamians used to be instilled from a very young age that there's a life beyond the one we live now, where even the things that men cannot hold us accountable for, that God would hold us accountable for. And too many of the young men and people I see have no fear of God. They have no idea that there's a consequence. They chase paper and rims and girls and dudes and everything that's materialistic and not lasting.
Lorota says Bahamians need to get back to the basics and teach respect for life.
The criminals in our society are our children, our brothers, the guys we hang out with on the blocks, the people we see at the bars and our houses. They're coming from us. And so we are breeding these kind of people now in our country. And I think the way to combat that is to get back to the traditional values that made the Bahamas the safest little country in the world.
Lorota contends that the church must take some degree of responsibility for the moral decay in the country.
The point in too, with where the churches in the Bahamas are heading, I hear far more about sow a seed and get some money and prosperity, which isn't going anywhere. Because if that's all, if we're only here to sow seed so that we can become rich, we're no different from the world. The Bible says a man's life does not consist in the abundance of things that he have. And why gain the whole world and lose your one soul? So where is the teaching that there's a God who requires men to live righteous and that you're going to have to give an account?
And he has this bit of advice for the young men of the nation.
Young men, let's get our act together and let's look after the right things. And those of us who are a bit older, let's teach our young people what life is really supposed to be about. And those of us who have the responsibility of sharing God's word, let's get back to some traditional gospel preaching and leave prosperity and all of that garbage for TBN.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
ZNS News brought you the story last night of a frantic female who says she and others have come face to face with a naked man while exercising on the Mall Drive during the early morning hours. Police say since then a man was arrested by mobile officers not far from that location and was taken before the court today. 32-year-old Tyrone Davis was arraigned before Magistrate Debbie Ferguson on the charge of indecent exposure. He pleaded guilty to the charge and was fined $150 or 2 months behind bars. He was unable to pay the fine and was remanded to Sandilands Rehabilitation Center in New Providence. Stay with us, there's more news after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A local tertiary level institution is doing big things this new school year. Tonight, as we hear in this report, school officials have new and exciting things on the drawing board. Tarif College introduced its nursing program this month, and President Terrence Archer says there are a number of other programs to come on stream soon.
We have a lot of other applied sciences, which is our medical lab, our pharmacy program. We're still trying to tie down the various bodies to give us the proper recognition for those programs. We have a marine biology program that we're looking at bringing on stream.
The tertiary level institution is also looking to implement a mariculture program.
We want to teach Bahamians how to grow various species of fish, lobster, conchs, things of that nature here on the island of Grand Bahama. We have been talking with Minister Darwell in the past about the mariculture program. He's aware of that. And also the Grand Bahama Port Authority has already given to Reven Principal an area, 75 acres of land. Once we were to get all of our ducks in a row, we have access to that land to purchase that land. And we appreciate their support.
Archer believes this program will open doors of opportunities for many Bahamians.
We cannot saturate the market because the demand is so high. You know, places like China being depleted of their fish stock and other places, Japan and other places, like even in Europe. All of the seafood that we can provide, they have indicated to me they will buy. So we have a tremendous opportunity to make this happen. It's just that we need persons now to be more supportive of Bahamians that are making significant impact in this country.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News. Prostate cancer continues to afflict a growing number of Bahamian men. Here on Grand Bahama, a local support group is doing its part to educate the public about the importance of cancer education and early detection. The group will host screening clinics this weekend. Ricardo Lightbourne has the details.
The month of September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, and the Us2 Support Cancer Group were the special guests on the radio program Friday, To the Point. Dr. Alfred Brathwaite, Rudy Sands, Percy Kemp, Don Mitchell, Alvin Dickinson, Amber Mias. They spoke to the importance of prostate cancer screening, and the theme this year is Individual Responsibility for Family Security. Don Mitchell is the prostate cancer survivor and also prostate screening chairman of the committee. He selected this time to say that early detection is the best protection and the screening coming up is important.
It's important for your health, it's important for your family, it's important for the security of your family and the security of the nation. Come out and get screened September 18th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Early registration starts at 3:30, and Saturday, September 19th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Early registration starts at 7:30 in the morning at the Pierce Plaza Clinic on Coral Road.
Prostate cancer is more prevalent in black men and affects all nationalities. Pastor Amber Mia sent a message to the men in the Creole community.
Le message que nous gagnons pour tout garçon dans la communauté et que pour yo capable sortir de façon en groupe pour yo venir checker prostate yo de façon spéciale. N'a commencé de le 18 vendredi cap 18 et puis de 3h de l'après-midi pour 5h et le 19 n'a commencé depuis 7h n'a commencé faire résistation pour que tout garçon capable là et de n'a commencé à 9h et jusqu'à la nouvelle. So très important dans 19 cap samedi pour que tout garçon capable venir pour yo venir checker prostate. Très important ces messages ça que nous gagnons pour yo.
The To The Point talk show was only the vehicle to get the message out that you need to take this seriously, men, that prostate cancer is something to think about. Men, get checked. Early detection is still the best protection. Ricardo Lightbourne, ZNS Network News.
And now it's time to ask the doctor.
I'm Dr. Monique Pratt. Welcome. Helena sent this question. Hello, Dr. Pratt. Recently, I've started to feel a strong and persistent urge to urinate. I also sometimes get a burning sensation while urinating. Is there anything that I should be worried about? Thanks for sending in your question, Helena. What you're describing could be symptoms of a condition called urinary tract infection, or UTI. A UTI is an infection that takes place in any part of the urinary tract, which includes the kidneys, ureters, bladder, and urethra. This type of infection is the result of bacteria entering the urinary tract through the urethra and then multiplying in the bladder. All women are at risk of getting infected mainly because of their anatomy. The most common type of UTI in women is caused by the bacteria called E. coli, and it usually affects the bladder. Sexual intercourse may lead to this type of infection, but you don't have to be sexually active in order to develop it. UTIs do not always cause signs and symptoms. However, when they do, they may include pain or burning during urination, a strong and persistent urge to urinate as you were describing, red, bright pink or cola-colored urine, strong smelling urine, or passing frequent small amounts of urine. While UTIs affect women more than men, anyone can get them. Any adult or child who develops symptoms of a UTI need to be evaluated preferably within 24 hours. So if you experience any of the symptoms I mentioned, please see a doctor for examination and treatment. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away. Sports is up next with Ricardo Liborn.
Everybody, it's time for Sports and Ricardo Liborn. This one goes out tonight too, and then DeMarco Dean and Zeph. They are all celebrating. Way to go, guys. Enjoy the wet weather. Well, the bronze medalist in the men's 400-meter hurdles of the IAAF World Championships, then China is home. NASA record holder in the 400 meters hurdles, Geoffrey Gibson, arrived on Grand Bahama this morning after being delayed and coming out of London yesterday. Jeff last week won the 400-meter hurdles at the IAAF Diamond League meet in Brussels, Belgium, and also put together an incredible track and field season. All that hard work, he says, has really paid off those dividends for Jeff.
It's been a phenomenal season. I've medaled a few times at different meets. I've dropped my time in my event, the 400 hurdles, a good amount. So I'm really proud of myself and the season that I've been having. I saw a really strong finish where I finished in Brussels and ended up winning the 400-meter hurdles there. So I'm just proud of myself.
Well, Jeff also was second in the IAAF Diamond League standings, and also he's looking forward to some R&R over the next week or so, and also getting some pretty good Bahamian food.
I'm very happy to be home. I've been waiting for these few weeks where I could relax for a while now, so I'm just going to visit my family, friends, say hi to loved ones and enjoy Freeport.
Well, just another note here, Shawnee Miller also placed second in the Diamond League standings, and we'll have more from Geoffrey Gibson tomorrow. Stay with us on that one. Well, the island's longest running soccer league for young people is ready to hit the field this weekend. Well, it's going to be starting this weekend, and who's going to give you this one? That is Megan Shepard. Now, Megan has got a crooked toe, but she will give you soccer.
It's soccer time once again at the YMCA, and Executive Director Karen Pinder-Johnson says she is excited to announce that this year the program has been revamped with classic favorites and a few new twists.
The league will commence on the 19th of September, where there will be a meet and greet. Players will be assessed, and it will end on the 30th of January 2016. This particular program at the YMCA has been in existence for the past 30 plus years, and we are excited to say that we've revamped it and we're eager to execute.
Pinder-Johnson says that this year each player will receive a free soccer jersey. Kids ages 2.5 through 14 will be exposed to various techniques, training, and fun games, all catering to their age divisions.
The program will be of 3 levels. We have a Pee Wee division for ages 2.5 to 5. We have a mini division, ages 6 to 9, and a junior division, ages 10 to 14. What the YMCA has done is we've sat down and we've redesigned. We've taken the program back to where we were before. It was successful then, and we believe it will be successful now. There's going to be games on a Saturday, and coaches will have practices, one practice through the week. to enhance the program.
The league is all ready to kick off this Saturday, and coordinator Cordell McNabb says they have the full support of qualified coaches and referees.
We will be having experienced coaches. We have persons who have been around coaching at different levels, and we're also encouraging young persons ages 16 to 18, 19 who are still in high school to join the program, and we'll have coaching sessions where we teach them some of the basic rules or fundamentals of coaching. In terms of referees, we have former referees, FIFA referees. These are international referees, and they will be coordinating training programs as well.
The league runs from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Saturdays at the YMCA. Megan Shepard, ZNS Total Sports.
And don't forget the NFL game tonight. You've got Denver and Kansas City, and we want you guys to take pictures in your full gear and uniform. Send it to us at ZNS3News@gmail and ZNS3Sports@gmail.com. Let's see what you look like in the gear. Dolphin fans, well, y'all used to that anyhow. You only got nothing to prove. That's a look at sports.